fabulous.
Your hair is so cute.
I was just about to ask if I should put it down or keep it up.
I like it up.
All right. I just have to make
Like
sure I
the
show I have a
glasses?
ponytail sometimes. So it don't
Whip
look
it back
like
and
George
forth.
Washington.
Listen,
What was George Washington?
the problem of anytime I feel like my hair is up in a ponytail, I'm like, I look like a man.
Same. Sometimes
Did you
I'm like,
used to do the George Washington swimming pool
Oh,
situation?
All the
absolutely.
time. I loved it. I
Yeah.
still would do it.
I still,
if I
yeah,
had
I was gonna say,
Tiffany's like, you mean last weekend?
come
Yeah.
over. We'll be founding fathers together.
Oh my God, cute.
I can't wait.
Hey,
Hey.
how's it going?
Good.
Welcome
Great.
to Tarot Time.
Welcome.
We have a new face,
Hi, everyone.
but probably not a new face because I'm pretty sure her Contract Kitchen episode will have already aired. So
Yeah.
did you swig taste with us and Miss Tiff?
Yeah.
You better not.
Don't miss it. Tiffani Shaw, welcome to the podcast of Tarot Time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming out, making the drive. Tiffany is one of my Seattle gang friends from back in the day. You know, a whole 2 years ago.
Feels like forever.
It does feel like forever. Tiffany and I met through friends while both of us were living in Seattle. And we just gal palled while we were up there. We had Olive Garden dates, got facials, got our, endless pasta bowls. Which,
Love.
why do we do that to ourselves, by the way?
Do you love yourself?
We love and we hate ourselves.
Yeah.
True.
Love you, OG. Yeah, when Kelly and I wanted to take Tarot Time public, we were like, well, this just means that we get to have more friends on. We get to have bigger conversations about astrology and spirituality with the people that we love. So thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me. I'm so
Absolutely.
excited for this.
Me too. Can we start with your sun, moon, and rising and let the people know?
Oh, yeah.
What you are.
Absolutely. I would love to start with that.
Okay.
So my sun sign, I am a Sagittarius.
Yes.
My moon is a Libra, which I know you are a Libra.
Yeah.
And my rising is also, well, it's actually Aries. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fiery girl.
She is.
She's spicy. And if you saw my placements, I don't know much about it,
Yeah.
but my placements are also very spicy.
I love. That's so fun though. What is your relationship to tarot? Like, do you feel like you're a novice kind of like us?
Yeah, definitely a novice. I honestly have only done a tarot card reading on TikTok live once. It was effective. It was
Right?
effective, shockingly.
I did one on Instagram live like last year and it rang pretty damn true. I was, impressed.
Yeah, I was super surprised. I wasn't sure like how credible it would be because I
Right.
know there's some of those like fictitious, or maybe it's fictitious. Don't come for me, tarot community, but like sometimes you need to touch the deck and everything
Yeah.
that. So I wasn't sure what to expect, but it surpassed any expectations that I did have.
That's
So,
good.
But I'm very new to tarot.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to
Yeah.
have some cards pulled today.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do a little reading and just get to know you a little bit more and hang out. Because
Cool.
why not? You said you had the astrology of you and me. Maybe we should open it up and learn some things about your signs.
But yeah, I got this book from my sister for Christmas,
Yeah.
and I am obsessed with like reading it to people who are having like challenging relationships with someone. Like, by any chance, for this coworker that you're working with, do you know their sign?
Yeah.
Let's like learn about it. Let's dive in a little bit to see maybe why are you the way you are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I know it. That's why I like this book because it breaks it down by work, family, and then friends as well.
Yeah.
Let's hear about Sagittarius friends.
I love that you guys are reading mine. I always have to read my own.
Oh my gosh, no, this is the joy of coming on the show. Your strengths are that you're fun, upbeat, and self-sufficient. Yes. Your weaknesses are that you're unrealistic, overly optimistic, and repressed.
I don't know what like the repressed part means, but the other things for sure.
And your interactive style with friends is confident, interested, and involved. As your
so.
friend, I would absolutely agree with that. This is the Sagittarius friends. Sagittarius friends are fun to be with. Absolutely. The life of the party. They will, in fact, usually contact you when they are ready to have a good time and wish to share the experience. Not ones to complain or seek help from you on a regular basis, Sagittarius friends maintain an upbeat composure while keeping their troubles to themselves. As their friend, you might encourage them from time to time to discuss their problems, since suppressing their feelings and indulging in private worries can only lead to depression.
Well, first of all, how dare you attack me?
Come on the show and attack me right away. Okay. They can at times be overly optimistic, necessitating that you bring them down to earth, no matter how painful such a process may be.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have a lot of earth sign friends?
My husband is an earth sign.
Yeah.
And obviously you're a Virgo as well.
Yes.
So I do have some people in my life to keep me grounded. I would say a lot of my close friends are water signs, though, oddly enough. But yeah, earth signs definitely keep me grounded. And I think that's my Chiron. So I don't know if you guys know what the Chiron line is or anything. I guess it's like your Chiron is like your life purpose. So I think it's CHIRON.
Yeah.
And so we all have a sign in Chiron, and that's your life purpose. And my Chiron is in Virgo.
Interesting.
So I feel like I have a lot to learn from earth signs, or from Virgos especially. And it's funny that my husband is one.
And to be.
Yeah.
Structure and like being realistic. Lame.
Who has time for
Hate
that?
Not me.
Not I. We should add figuring out our Chirons on a future episode, because I had no idea.
And I don't know the most about it, but I think that's the general gist of it. Yeah. So you'll have to keep me posted what yours are.
Done.
Yeah.
Can do. I've done the astrocartography.
Yes.
And that's super interesting to me.
I need to do that again.
Yeah.
On a desktop, because doing it mobily is not feasible.
Not it. There's too many lines happening. I can't read anything. You said you came with some intentions and or questions for the cards. Let us hear what you are dealing with. What's in your brain right now?
I would say friendship is on the mind.
Yeah.
So I guess setting it up for the audience a bit. I have lived in Washington pretty much my entire life. Up until 9 months ago, we purchased a house in Arizona. So I've been here for the past 9 months now. And right now, I don't have a full sense of community around me. Yeah. And so I guess that's kind of what I want to dive into on like what that really looks like. What does friendship look like? Is there anything? I'm sorry, I'm totally going.
No, I love it. Keep going.
But I just want to know, like, is there something that I need to bring to the table more in my friendships that maybe I'm not aware of?
Okay.
What to look for in friendships. And I think too, as I've moved away, my friendships have also changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to know what the energy is of some of my current friendships as well.
Okay. Your circle at the moment as it stands. Now, if I remember correctly, you've been trying a certain Bumble BFF. How's it going? Have you gone on BFF dates yet?
Yes. I have been on one, and she was incredible, and we do keep in touch.
Okay.
So that's been really nice. That it's kind of like a two-way street.
Yeah.
And I just recently got back on the app. It's kind of like texting. I don't know about you guys, but texting can be so overwhelming. Does this make sense to you? Only in the last couple of years has it felt overbearing. Yeah. For me anyways. Like all of a sudden something in my brain switched where like trying to answer texts and keep up with texts overwhelms the crap out of me. I don't know why. Me neither. I have no idea if it's from the pandemic or length of text messages. I have no idea. I just get so overwhelmed, and I just like would rather not. So I will open a message and kind of respond when I can, but you can't do that when you're making friends. No. You need to show up and you need to respond in a timely-ish manner. The girls on there are incredible, though. A lot of them get it.
That's good.
But
I did Bumble BFF for a little bit.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
How was it?
We had just moved to Chandler.
Okay.
So 2018, 19.
Yeah.
Good. I never met anybody in person.
Okay.
But I just like texted with a couple of people, and like one girl had just recently moved to town, but she found like a salon that I ended up like going to like pretty regularly for like pedicures because it was awesome.
I love that.
So, but I never met anyone in person on it, but it's just hard making friends.
Especially as an adult.
Yeah. And if you work from home, like,
oh, that's a whole
impossible to
Mm-mm.
interact with other people.
Well, and Arizona is hard in and of itself because everything is so spread out.
Mm-hmm.
And no one, it's so hard to meet someone that's like around you or is willing to drive out to you for 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Middle ground, sure, that can always be made, but I feel like a huge part of a friendship moving to the next level is time spent in your own homes and just like vibing together and not always having to like be on point at a restaurant or at a shindig.
Doing a big activity. Like, I just want to hang out and like chit chat or like watch a TV show or just kind of like
I love
be
with someone.
Literally, let's just both like rot here or like binge watch some TV together.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to do.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm just kind of looking for some of that in my friendships right now. And I think too, I just recently turned 30 in December as well. And I just think I'm kind of tired of tolerating certain things that I've tolerated in the past. I'm super flexible and adaptable, but to the point where sometimes I'm like, whoa, wait, this does not actually align with like me. So maybe I need to check some of that and figure out what it is that I'm looking for in my friendships.
Yeah.
And then also start showing up as that person. Because it's definitely a two-way street.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I can't just say like, I want this, I want that, and not be that person, I think.
Yeah. It's true. It's a lot of work though.
It is.
So much
Feels
work.
like dating, just
and I
without
haven't
the
dated,
sex.
so
I know.
Yeah, honestly.
That's a lot of work.
so much work. Yeah, and I haven't dated in like a decade, so
Right.
this is just, it's a whole new beast for me.
Absolutely. Okay, let me shuffle these and then I'm going to spread them out. You can pick a few. Siak. That was bad.
It sounded great.
Oh, thank you. ASMR. Okay, pick 3 of those.
Okay.
Okay, we've got King of Wands.
That is a beautiful deck.
It's gorgeous. The colors are so cool too. We've got Strength. I've never seen that card. So that's a fun one. A lion. Aslan action. And Eight of Pentacles, which we pulled last night.
Yeah. So the King of Wands, there are like words that are associated with it. And then I'll read an interpretation, a reflection where we can, if you want to answer the questions, you can. We can.
We like unpack it together.
And then there's actions.
Cool.
So the King of Wands words, inspirational, honorable, hot-tempered, decisive, visionary leader.
Ooh,
Those are good words.
I like those words.
So the king transforms the fiery energy of the wands into creative action and inspiration. He is a natural-born leader that can mobilize others. He has a quality that makes people believe in his ideas and encourages them to lend their support. He is inspiring, capable, and big picture oriented. His ideas are grand and ambitious, and he pursues them with determination and drive. That's nice.
Also, I like that it started with fiery because you are Miss Fire. Okay, that feels good.
So the reflection. What kind of leader are you? You may now be more charismatic, persuasive, and inspirational than usual. Do you wilt at the idea of being in charge, or do you take on the role proudly?
That's a good question. I feel like it's a little bit of a combination of the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm capable of being a leader, but sometimes I don't know if it's really worth the energy, so I don't mind taking a step back. But most of the time, I sometimes regret that. I'm like, this wouldn't have happened had I just taken point.
Yeah. When you are setting up things with friends, do you feel like you follow suit most of the time, like in the past, that like let someone else be the ringleader? And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So maybe it's in this new season of friendship, potentially you taking on that leadership role is what it's asking.
It's not, and I think I have kind of started doing that because it's like, this is a change that I want in my own life.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of take control of my destiny as much as I can and put myself out there.
Yes.
And that means being the first person to reach out despite my ego saying otherwise.
Right. Okay.
I feel like that kind of leads into the next question of how does a good leader direct others toward their vision? Do they lead by example, with emotion, or with a strong plan? How can you best direct those around you?
I'd say leading by example.
Yeah.
For sure. Because I think we all have a good friend in our life that you're like, dang, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
And you kind of naturally just start taking on some of their attributes naturally.
Yeah, like mimicking them.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I think it would kind of be by example.
That makes sense. Because you even just said before we got started, it's a give and take, right? Like I can't be the only giver. I also can't be the only taker. So what role do I need to play to have someone mimic me to give me exactly what I'm hoping they give back to me?
Yeah. And I remember a friend of mine, he told me about how he knows what he brings to the table. So if you're not bringing anything to the table, you can't sit with us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah.
And I feel like also coming into 30, like trying to figure out what you will and won't compromise on anymore. It's like, I've spent this much time giving into whatever it is, but now I'm trying to find what I want, or I know now more of what I want. And so like, I'm not willing to compromise that.
100%.
It's so funny. We've recently been talking about this switch that has happened after 30 when it comes to just what we want to build in our lives. And like, I feel like I have so much time to be able to build something that I didn't think I had before. I always felt like I needed to achieve all of the things before 30.
Yeah.
And if I didn't, then I'm a failure at all life. So now all of a sudden I feel like I have time. However, that time is very precious to me. Like I don't want to spend time with people that piss me off or that I need to pretend to be something that I'm not.
Yes.
Because that feels wasteful.
Yes.
And I would rather invest that in family or people that I know that I love, that I know that are nurturing to me instead of just anyone, right?
It's a total disservice to yourself to surround yourself with people who leave you feeling half full.
Amen.
Yeah.
Price is lot.
So the actions for this card are envisage the best possible circumstance. That felt like a weird word.
Envision?
ENVISAGE.
Oh,
Visage.
okay.
It's like envision, but fancy.
Yeah, I was like,
it can work.
so give people something to believe in. This starts with finding your own passions and dreams, which, when communicated, can compel others. Take charge. Sometimes leadership means believing in our own vision enough to take the first steps. When others see this fearlessness and determination, they naturally follow. Encourage and motivate. Encourage others to be the best versions of themselves so they can take your vision and run with it.
Ooh,
that.
interesting. I do love that. That was a very encouraging card.
Yeah, and I think I need that encouragement from the universe. So I really appreciate that card as well.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Great start, Tarot.
Love it.
Okay, so the next one, are we doing Eight of Pentacles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the next one in your...
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is one that we read last night, and I remember it being
I really liked this card, so I'm
fabulous.
excited to read it again.
Okay.
So the words for the Eight of Pentacles: expertise, talent, commitment, excellence, craftsmanship, and ambition. Deep in concentration, the Fool is crafting something truly perfect. We see devotion and commitment to his creation, as well as contentedness. His is a labor of love. After a long search, he found his true purpose and gradually mastered his job. Even with his excellence, he still remains curious and excited to learn new techniques, knowing that true mastery always requires curiosity. So the reflection. I like this too. Sorry, I'm going to just sidetrack for just one second.
Yeah.
When we were reading it, we didn't come with necessarily a specific intention, but a lot of my like internal intention has just been like, what am I doing? Why are we here? And is this worth it?
Amen.
And so I think of it more in like a business aspect, but reading through it, thinking like friendship in mind.
It totally changes it.
Yeah, it's really fun to like think
cool.
about it in a new light.
Yeah.
So even though it was the same card, we have
Different intention.
Yeah. So the reflection, have you ever reread a book or a poem only to find new meaning?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what.
That's good.
But I know.
I definitely know I have reread things where I'm like when it's a new season of your life too, you go back to it with a whole new perspective.
Yeah.
So yes, I have, but I couldn't tell you what exactly.
Yeah.
You're good.
When we commit and dedicate ourselves to something, like a skill or a career, no work feels monotonous. Can you find joy in truly devoting yourself to something? How can repetitive tasks bring contentment? Here we find alignment between the material and the spiritual.
I think that just kind of speaks to maybe consistency with friendship.
Yeah.
Like showing up and being consistent, being the person that you want to be, maybe.
Yeah.
At least that's how I'm interpreting it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think so too, because I feel like you and I were talking about this earlier, like off pod, like how it's easier to be the bigger person where it's like, oh, I'll reach out or whatever. But when you're not getting that in return, it's so hard to want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, why?
It feels empty.
Yeah. And you want to be wanted just as much as they do, or
Yeah.
so it's hard, but if you lead by example, people will
That's
in
the
turn.
hope.
That's what I hope too. I hope that I can keep reaching out and like cultivate exactly what it is that I do have in mind, because that's the thing about this card. I think it kind of sounds like it's a visionary almost type of card. And I do have a vision. I have a list on my phone of what I am looking for in my friendships. I know what I want at this time. So I hope that kind of manifesting it will bring it into my life a little
Absolutely.
Yeah.
bit.
What do you think friendship looks like when you put the word routine next to it? Because for me, that card is speaking about the process of what friendship looks like on a day-to-day basis. And if we've been, like for me, out of practice of being accessible on a day-to-day basis, then that routine is gone. I have to like hone it again. Do you feel like you're at the beginning stages of like figuring that out and honing a friendship routine again?
I feel like the only part of a friendship routine that I'm really honing in is kind of the checking in part.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how are you? Thinking of you.
Yeah.
Like that sort of part, that piece.
Yes.
But when I do hear the word routine, it does kind of scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because unlike both of you, I am not a person who has routine. That's actually something that I am working on in 2024.
Yeah.
Is being disciplined and having routine in different facets of my life. But I've never put that word in front of friendship.
It feels a little cold,
Yeah.
but there's maintenance of relationships that is so important. And I think having an in-person friendship too adds so much to what that maintenance actually looks like. Like, am I going over to someone's house? Am I helping them with life stuff? Am I helping them move? Like, you know, like the hard life things get put into that maintenance phase, that maintenance period of friendship. And maybe the card is saying like, this is the potential of what real friendship or new friendship looks like. And you kind of need to prepare yourself for that, right? Like friendship can't just be surface level. And I don't know what all of your list says. For me, my list would be, if I'm going to have a friendship with someone, I want to go deep with them. Not from the jump, but it should be an inherent part of our maintenance, our routine.
Agreed.
Of like, I don't want to just talk about Netflix and TikTok. Love talking about Netflix and TikTok. But I want to hear about your traumas. Like, let me hear about your traumas.
Literally trauma dump on me.
I'm here. I'm available. I'm an earth sign. I can take it, you know? So I'm wondering if it's not telling you to armor up, but just prepare thyself for what that might look like.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a really interesting perspective, because I have current friendships where I can't show up the way I normally would because it's too much for me at this time. So maybe it is trying to tell me like, hey, just if this is what you want, be ready.
Yeah, this is part of it too.
Yeah.
100%. Okay. That was just the reflection, right?
Yeah, we still have the actions real quick to flow through. So the actions: stay humble. When you approach something with an expectation to learn, you can always find delight. When we stop being curious, believing that we know best and there is nothing left to learn, we never reach the height we aspire to. Find pleasure in the work. Learn to enjoy the process, not just the reward. Relish the satisfaction of getting things just right. Cultivate your interests. Mingle with others in the same line of work as you. Take a class. Research new techniques. These are ways to find inspiration to take you to the next level.
How do you, when you set up potential dates, are you wanting to like go get coffee, or are you the kind of person that like needs to do something when you're getting to know someone?
I can definitely be the type of person who goes to dinner, goes and gets a coffee. But I do like to have an activity along with it.
Yeah.
If I can, just because I think it kind of can balance out the need to just talk.
Yes.
Like, oh, look, a dog or something, you know, like
100%.
Yeah.
Or like if you're going for a walk with the coffee in hand, you know, look at the nature. So there's not as much pressure for literally
to look at each other.
There.
Yeah, totally. The class and education cards keep coming up for us, especially when we're talking about the new show, and needing to like find mentors and leaders in this field and learn from them instead of just like flippantly doing tarot. So we're working on that. But I wonder if finding a crafting class or something else that you can learn something new alongside a new person and help each other in that newness would help break those barriers a little bit easier.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely something I would be interested in doing. Maybe like a photography class. That's something that's been kind of piquing my interest a little bit. But just something.
Yeah.
I want to like even take a pottery class, something creative. I want to do something creative in my free time.
With your hands.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was so easy to make friends in school.
Yes.
So you had
Easy.
that. So like putting yourself back into those similar social settings is maybe where we can find more friends.
And I've been thinking about that too, is like, yeah, because it's so easy to make friends when you're in close proximity with them in classes or cities, whatever it may be. But I think I just need to put myself out there, and like I want to kind of pour into myself a little bit more too, and do things like try new things that maybe I wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm in this new season where maybe I don't have the community like I envision, but I can spend that time rather than dwelling on it and like go do things that fill my cup or things that I enjoy, and then meet amazing people in the process, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you ever had the like desire or wish to like take extra classes at a community college or learn or get a different degree or anything like that? Has that ever piqued your interest?
Not necessarily in the school space.
Yeah.
Because like I love to learn. I love being curious. I like learning new things, but I almost like it to be more self-paced in a way.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's value in like having like attending courses, but I don't think it would be necessarily in school, but I would 100% take a class, say like a photography course where it's over the first few weeks and you just learn how to use your camera or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be
Collect
interesting.
new skills.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay. Interesting.
And I'm a Sagittarius, so we're all about kind of like philosophy and just continually growing and just being curious, I think.
I love
Yeah, aren't Sagittarius very into just learning about different cultures and honoring different cultures and like having that as part of your wheelhouse of knowledge? Interesting.
Definitely.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Love. Strength.
Yeah. So you guys have never pulled this card before?
No.
Yeah.
So the words with strength: confidence, patience, resilience, inner strength, compassion, diplomacy.
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 That's a weird.
I didn't crawl.
Oh, God, I love you.
I start reading too fast and then I get caught up in the word.
Overtaken.
Yeah. So the interpretation, in order, it doesn't matter. I was talking to Jansen earlier and I like said a word purposefully, like I put the emphasis on the wrong word. I can't even remember what it was, but he's like, it's like I was trying to be funny. Okay. So the upright. So in order to continue her journey, the fool must learn to tap into her inner reserves of strength, the kind that allows one to master and channel their animalistic drives and instinct to succeed despite distress, danger, and struggle. It is not about dominance, but resilience, adaptability, and the confidence that whatever twists and turns life throws one's way, one can handle them calmly. Reflection. How can you call on your inner strength to make the choices that are best for you, even if your fears, colleagues, or family members are discouraging you? That's question 1.
I feel like you're an extremely core-centered person. Like, I don't feel like I've known you to ever be like someone who is easily swayed or.
That's kind of what I'm feeling from that question. Like, if my peers or whoever wanted to lead me in a different direction, I take that with a grain of salt. Like, thank you for your opinion. But like, ultimately, I have to learn, my way.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So that you're in touch with that. We're already in a good spot. Love 100%. That. Okay.
This card also signals the discipline and channeling of our more animalistic impulses into constructive action. How can you use these emotions to bring you closer to your ideal outcome?
It's the animalistic emotions for me.
Yeah.
Like, what does that entail?
Yeah.
In friendship? Like, what is animalistic about friendship? Is it maybe about like quantity, like traveling in packs?
Oh.
Or something like that?
Maybe.
Because I mean, yeah, I would love a big friend group.
Sure. Or is it more because animals are very distinctly stay in packs of their own species? So are you needing to find a friend that is very, very much like yourself, that would be that good mirror of the things that you both want from each other as good friends? So we need to not maybe find a Sagittarius, but someone that has similar background and can really connect with you and have so many similarities that it feels odd that you guys have so many similarities. You know what I mean?
Okay, I don't mean to sound really vain, but that sounds really great.
I mean, right?
I mean, that's kind of how I felt when I first met you. I was like, oh my gosh, we're so alike, and like, blah, 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 blah. And
yes.
And like same profession and everything.
Yeah.
So it was really, it felt kismet in a way,
Agreed.
And
That's the word I was thinking.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kismet. We love a kismet.
I mean, I love those types of friendships where it just feels so natural and you're like, why does this feel so natural? But you just accept it and you love it and stay in your life.
I feel like you are holding out for that person though, and you will know exactly when you feel it. And the fact that you haven't felt it with a Bumble BFF date is telling that you are just holding out strength to make sure that that core person is like an instantaneous connection, especially when it comes to friendships with women. Like, you shouldn't walk out of a BFF date thinking, maybe, friendships with women, if it's right, should feel right automatically.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I like it. The actions. Are we ready for the actions?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, convert emotion into action. Emotional input is a way the unconscious conveys that change needs to be made. This can be internal, like altering how you approach a problem, or external, like leaving your job. If you take action in harmony with those emotions, calm will follow. And then refine your strength. Challenge yourself to tap into your inner strength. Whenever you feel a twinge or fear during your day, confront it. Tackle the issue head on instead of shying away from it. Consider this as practice for more important challenges ahead.
Wow.
I don't think you should try Bumble BFF. I think you should, when you get home, find a community board, a Facebook group, something that you're interested photography-wise, if that's the route that you want to take. And I think you should book something based on that and see who shows up. Because you want to seek out kismet, that ain't going to happen on an app. No offense. But like, it's just not going to happen. There's a dog hair right by my nose.
Hutch was having his podcast earlier, so
so cute.
Stay tuned.
Podcast. Yeah, for some reason, especially with the strength card, I'm feeling like you want to seek something, an organic something needs to come down to your path for you to feel that goodness.
That would feel really good.
Right?
If it was organic. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, that's why I even want to go to like some workout classes nearby.
Yeah.
Just to see if maybe I meet somebody there who's on a similar health journey to me.
Yeah.
Or who wants to try something new and who's just here for the first time like me. And
Yeah.
seeing if this is something they want to incorporate into their life.
Totally.
Yeah. So I would say organic is definitely where it's at for me. I mean, I even met my husband pre-apps.
Yeah.
I was going to ask how you guys met.
Yeah.
I was curious.
So you met in college, right?
Yeah, we met in college through some friends. And, my friend, she texted me and she was like, hey, there's this really cute guy. I looked him up on Facebook because we did use Facebook like that.
The Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook. And I was like, oh, yeah, he's cute. So I moseyed on over and, we started dating like literally a week later. And we've been together for since 2012. So
Holy moly.
a long time.
A long
Yeah.
You do the math.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that so much too, because I feel like there's so much anxiety in meeting someone new for the first time that you have these preconceived notions of who they are and what they might be for you, and then you get in person and it's just like not hitting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder the organic piece of it all would better fit your thought process and like how you intake information about someone new.
Yeah.
Workout class would be cool.
That'd be really fun. I definitely want to try that out. But I will say, like, the people I have met on Bumble BFF, they've been, like, great.
Sure.
But I think that part about it being just organic and not going into it with any preconceived notions would be nice. Because I find myself swiping left on people that I'm like, would not be me.
Right.
But maybe I need to not do that because while maybe I do want to, meet somebody like me.
Sure.
Maybe it would be worthwhile for me to actually meet somebody who's slightly different.
Yeah.
Who could expand my horizons a little bit because I mean, I'm obviously open to that.
Right. And kind of just let the universe speak for itself and put that person in your life where they know it will be your good mirror person. It'll be your good puzzle piece person. You can't really manufacture that on an app. Like, I know that lots of people have met through apps, but like you said, you're judging them from the jump. And how do you go into friendship knowing that you're like, well, you met my eyeball requirements?
Yeah, like I'm literally judging you before we've even met.
Yeah.
Kind of toxic.
A little bit.
It goes well.
If it helps someone, probably a Leo. Couldn't be me.
Oh my gosh, my least favorite sign.
My least favorite sign
Is
of
a
women.
Leo?
Yes.
Both for me.
Oh no, Capricorn men.
Oh.
Yeah.
E.
Not really. Just daddy issues.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know the signs well enough to be like, ugh, this type of person.
I feel like Leos in general are just very self-absorbed.
I was
just
going to say they are so self-absorbed.
They just want to talk about themselves
all day.
And then you bring up one thing about you.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
Empty
back to
air.
me.
Empty air. They don't even know how to respond.
Yes.
It's wild.
I'm like, really?
You knocked. I just thought you were knocking.
Hutch. It was fake, Hutch. I didn't mean it.
Not a real intruder.
Yeah. Stand guard.
Okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. Also, just knowing, didn't you meet Michelle and Georgia organically too? Kind of?
Yes. Well, and Aaron as well.
Yeah.
So, our friend group from Seattle, we kind of all became a really tight-knit group. And it all started, at least for our side of the house. We were taking out the garbage on the elevator, and we ran into...
Oh, please hold.
Hey, big boy.
Peanut butter boy.
He's a cute booey.
Here's my big booty. Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
he's going to the back.
There you go.
Man.
Oh, my gosh, my dog does the same thing. That is so cute. I love that. They act like cats just sitting on the back.
Yes, literally.
But yeah, we met on the elevator and, we got on the elevator. We're taking out our garbage or something. We just got done taking out our garbage. And Aaron, being Aaron, he just moseys on.
Yeah.
And we strike up conversation. And I think we asked, like, where they just moved in and were like, oh yeah, us too. Where'd you move in from? And I think we responded with like, oh, boxcar, or no, he said Boston. And we were like, oh, but I thought I heard boxcar, which is the apartment that we lived in before.
That's
And
funny.
And then I was like, us too. And he's like, no way. And then it became like a friendship based on a mishearing.
Yeah.
And it just blossomed from then. And
I
then,
love that.
yeah, now we're all like kind of close. And I mean, we're all in different states. But yeah, I mean, it was that organic spark where it just happened naturally. And it was really nice too, because I mean, I actually didn't meet his girlfriend, well, now wife, for a while. Like, I didn't meet Georgia until months, maybe even a year later, because I was being a shy girl. I was also like, I have my community.
Yeah, I'm set.
Yeah, I was that person who lives here in Arizona that I'm like, let me in.
Yeah, no, literally. Well, in Arizona's, if you thought Washington was closed off, holy moly.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the people our age that are they're all transplants, just like they were starting to be in Seattle, right? Like, so no one's from there really anymore. Arizona is the same way, but even worse so because no one leaves their apartment or house or their work because they just want to be in air-conditioned boxes or they go to their gym, right? And they already have their preset communities and they don't want to expand outside of that. But I think these cards are saying, because I was going to ask about Chris's friends and how he feels about community and friendships. Like, is he in a similar place? Yeah.
Yeah.
How is he, like, what, does he have a fire under his butt to find community too? Or is he kind of just letting it happen?
That's funny that you ask that, because he is actually an only child. So he's pretty content, I would say, being alone.
Yeah.
He has hobbies. I'm not saying I don't have hobbies or interests, but I think that he just does a better job at choosing to do those things that brings him joy.
Totally.
If he's feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
So
Self-sufficient.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And so he's fine, but I know that he's also craving community and is reaching out to people that, you know, he knows from his past, because he was also born in Chandler.
Right.
So, I mean, he basically grew up in Oregon, but, you know, he does have kind
Some
of that level.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because at first before we even started the reading, I'm like, I'm wondering if this friendship is going to come through Chris or like from someone Chris knows. But then these cards are telling me this is all on you. I think like it's asking you to do the work of like putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, but also being strong within that of just like walk up to somebody after a yoga class and be like, hi, I think you're cool. Like your shoes, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're so open like that. Yeah. You're absolutely that person.
It sounds terrifying when you say it, but like I literally have done that. I don't have a problem doing that.
No.
I think it's just the action of getting to whatever that place is.
Yeah.
And just going for it.
Yeah. Okay.
I know.
I'm going to check in with you.
Please do. Honestly, both of you, please hold me accountable, because one of my goals this month is actually to meet somebody new. It can be through Bumble BFF. It can be through maybe an organic meeting or something, but I want to spend time with somebody entirely new to me.
Yeah. That is a very vulnerable but dope place to be.
Yeah. I think terrifying. It makes me feel like such a loser, but at the same time, I'm like, it's growth. No. I'm in like, it's like it's that just period of time, I think, right now where things just feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But for the best. Like, I know that there's going to be so much growth with how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
I love that. I felt like you had a lot of healthy actions coming out of those.
Me too. Thanks for reading them.
Heck yeah, dude. That was fun.
Yeah. It was super cool. Yeah.
And any other questions for the cards? We can keep going if you want.
I think one question that I have is just maybe is there anything that my spirit guides want to tell me?
Ooh. Okay. For that, let's see if we can get a jumper. I love a jumper.
What's a jumper?
It's when you're shuffling and it just flies out of your face.
Jumper. I was thinking like sports.
Sports. I don't do sports. I just lift things. Oh, okay. I'm
not a very good shuffler, but the jumpers that we get are always bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. 7 of Wands. The wands are really in our faces lately.
Yeah. 7 of Wands. We're on the right page now. Sorry, everyone.
Da-da-da.
So, taking a stand, challenges, defending one's beliefs, persistence.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's like, what did I just ask for?
I'm like double checking, like, am I on the right page? So the fool may find herself attacked from all sides and must take a stand to defend herself. Attaining and maintaining success are two different beasts. Others may vie for her position, and she may be defensive on edge. This card may also be a call to stand with one's principles, even when others are critical. She must maintain higher ground regardless of whether others are playing dirty. Reflection. Our values form a core part of our identity when they are attacked. It can feel deeply personal. When was the last time you voiced a deeply held principle only to be criticized for it? How did you react?
Deep.
That
is so deep.
Deep.
Goodness. I feel like there's so many things. I think my Libra moon makes it really easy for me to see all perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's really hard for me to take a stand on some things. I mean, there's things I stand for.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like people are so far gone on whatever that I'm like, what's the point in wasting my breath on you?
Yeah.
Because like you've made up your mind.
Right.
What can I say?
Can I ask?
Yes, please.
It is an election year.
Yes.
Are you feeling some type of way when it comes to familial conversations and bonds?
Shockingly, that hasn't been brought up too much yet. However, yes, that has been a huge strain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I do have a fear. It was one of my kind of cons of moving here to Arizona.
Yeah.
Is because the state, to my understanding thus far, doesn't quite align to what I believe.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a fear of mine.
Totally.
Of how nasty it could potentially get this upcoming election, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
I feel that too.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how much. I just feel like this election is going to be so different than anyone that we've experienced in our lifetime so far, in a honestly terrifying way. I'm like not looking forward to this year at all.
Literally either way.
Either way. Terrified either way. Mm-hmm. The man can't even remember when he was vice president. Mm-hmm. I'm petrified.
I'm so scared.
So I do wonder like what this year is going to ask of us in terms of our principles and what we're going to be willing to say very loudly and publicly, because I think a lot of us got away with kind of skirting by the last couple elections of like, yes, Black Lives Matter was going on. Yes, there were so many fights on either side, but I do feel like so many people said, I'll draw the line when it comes to my very close family and friends, and we just won't go there. But this election, I think, is about to ask us to go there with the people that mean the most to us.
Yeah. I feel like that happened in the previous.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened. Yeah. It's really hard to have those difficult conversations. They're super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I haven't had to like draw the line with anyone, so to speak. But I think this is maybe what the card is saying too, is like, there are things that people say that are really uncomfortable. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, I would never say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially sometimes, like, when you know how somebody else feels about a topic.
100%.
Like, what made you feel comfortable to say that to me?
What else we got, Kelly?
The end of the reflection was, does defending your actions, beliefs, and values fire you up or wear you out? Did you successfully hold your ground, and was it worth it?
It fires me up,
Yeah.
but it does wear me down.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Definitely both. Like when I get fired up about a topic, like I can rattle on about it for a while. But it wears me down when my point I feel like is not being heard.
Yeah.
When like somebody isn't capable of seeing my perspective. And that's kind of when I start to shut down. Like you can't like hear me or understand where I'm coming from. I just kind of go back into my little shell. I wouldn't even call it a shell, actually.
Just hermit a little bit.
Yeah, I'm checking out now. Yeah.
Totally.
And you're expecting me to do that for you, so why can't you do that for me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It goes two ways.
Yeah.
So it just drives me bonkers when people can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. The actions for this card were to take the long view. This is going to be an endurance test, so conserve your energy and do what you need to do in order to protect yourself, but do it wisely. Stand for something. When you act with conviction and fight for a cause greater than yourself, it can be the fuel you need to keep going. Be prepared and alert. You stand a better chance of making it through the gauntlet if you know what you've signed up for. Face your challenges with knowledge of what to expect, and success will be more likely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Spirit guides.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you are.
That is really interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us, Tiffani.
Thank you for having me too.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
If someone wants to follow you, where are they following you?
You can follow me at Tiffani D. Shaw on literally anything.
Oh my gosh, you have it all the same across?
I do.
Oh, you little stinker.
I know. I
I'm
changed it when I got
jelly.
married, and I was like, what can I put? And it worked. So
Love
I
that
stuck
for
with it.
you.
But now I kind of want like a fake account or something. I don't know.
Hey.
Like that's not my real name.
No, yeah. You
TBD.
mess around on the TikToks. Please give her a follow because she's a hoot and a half, especially on the TikToks. And for us, if you could please like this video before you leave, comment about, are you Team Beyonce or Team Swiftie? The cards will tell. And then subscribe to Blood and Contracts because we have so much more in store for the rest of this year, which include some more political conversations because that is our most popular episode. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Yay.
Good luck. Libras unite.
Yep. But hey, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I got to go in there and stop it because I think Jansen left.
Oh,
the
he's there.
office.